Yep, he's here.
Let's do it.
Finally.
Let's do it. I know I'm a little late. I'm not gonna lie.
Everything's always in our
I
control when we're doing
just
things, so
woke
really
up.
appreciate your patience here. We're
I
gonna go over
just
all the
woke
fine
up.
details with him. If you have any
We're
questions,
here.
please throw them in the comments.
We're here.
Again,
We're
we
here.
wanna
We're
make sure
here.
that you guys have the information straight from the guy who designed it.
One of the designers.
One of the designers. Who was Takara on?
Yuya-san. Over at
Let me
Yuya-san.
see.
He also did the Fallen. He's like the tank dude. So
yeah. So incredibly excited. We have a lot of things to go over. So of course, everything here goes live for pre-order at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
We're not
At
doing
1
any
p.m.
exclusives today.
Let's
This
go.
is just Studio Series.
go.
Last
Let's
fan
go. Let's
stream
go.
was
Let's
Age
go.
of the Primes.
Yep.
That's why we had Mark. Today we
Let's
got
go.
Studio Series.
Let's
No
go.
exclusives.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna go over a couple of them, but pre-orders 1 p.m. all multi-channel. So it should be a lot simpler than the last speech I had for the pre-orders we have
I
for
hope
Age of
so.
the Primes.
I think so. We may or may not have a few surprises.
Yes, we do have some, and I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that. So we are
Hope
going
so.
to have our very first fan poll question,
Yes.
which I'm very
Fan poll.
excited about. We often are saying, like, Evan, what do you think the fans would think about this? And you say this.
What's good,
most of the
guys?
time
What's going
we're
on?
Sometimes we disagree.
I'm
and
a
this
little.
question,
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
I think you're going to realize. So
I
stay
just
to the
woke up.
end because we really
I
want your
just
answers.
woke
Truly,
up.
we really want your answer. This is yes or no question. I'm going to get into it later. We are also going to show, I think for the first time in a while, at least since Devastator, some gray models, early prototypes, and I believe this is the very first time you'll see any 2026 items.
Yes. Yep. We wanted to make sure we didn't just want to throw up a through the space bridge. We wanted to actually show you some of the development.
What?
Kind of let you guys see the very.
What's going on, guys?
things.
Sorry, I'm reading the
So
chat.
we're
What's
very
going on,
excited.
Sean?
Yes,
What's
this
going
is-
on, Ghost Ninja?
really,
What's
really
going
excited
on, the
about
Night
this.
of
And we're also gonna
Cybertron, and
respond to
everybody?
some
Welcome
fan
to the
comments, which I think is
morning
also
stream
our
that I
first time.
totally
It is.
didn't just
So
wake
we got
up
a
to right
lot.
now.
So everyone's probably saying, "Can you please just show Megatron?"
Yes.
So let's show you.
Show me
Studio
Megatron.
Series
Show me
86
Megatron.
Trust me.
Ooh!
We know that you've seen images of this. So again, appreciate your patience. But now we have
Let's go.
Hasbro design with Evan. So Evan, please.
It's Megatron. It's 86 Megatron. I know everybody's been waiting for this guy for quite a while.
I've been
really
waiting.
happy that we finally got him out there.
Yep.
Yuya-san
He
did
looks
an
so
absolutely
good.
fantastic job on the design. It really just all came together in the end.
I like this Megatron.
Yeah,
I've heard
I don't know, where
complaints,
do we
right,
even begin?
of
What are your
people saying
questions?
I have
Canon
the question.
isn't
Obviously, I've seen you.
the
be interviewed
legs
at last year's
are
Comic-Con.
different
This
color.
is a discussion that's been around for goodness, probably.
I think it looks
decades
good.
at least.
A
I
couple
think it
years.
looks
Ever
good.
since I've been doing like San Diego Comic Cons, we've always gotten the question of blaster or tank.
I think it
And
looks
I've
good,
always
dude.
been very upfront that he will always be a tank, just because we can't.
Legal.
Yeah.
It is a
It is
legal
illegal.
toy guidelines. I mean, that's about as transparent as we can get. That's literally what the issue is.
I know
we're
people
not
like
trying to
with the
change canon, but I do love
alt mode.
at
They don't
least
like
in,
it.
Transformers
But like to
Devastation,
me,
where he's a
I
tank.
honestly don't
I've,
care. He looks
grew
good.
up
He
with
looks
him as a
great. That's all that
blaster, but
matters
also,
to me.
I think kind of grown into the tank. I think personally,
He
I
looks
like the tank
good.
better.
He
Controversial, maybe.
genuinely
I know
looks
people on
good.
both sides of it, but here we are.
Yep. We wanted to give you both though. So he does.
Yeah.
come
So
with
again,
his
they didn't have to
tiny
give him the
blaster
little
form that
gun,
you
but
can
they did
use for
anyway. So
any
thank you
of
so
your
much.
other, like Decepticons to hold. My favorite is Starscream, obviously, when he holds it and goes, "Ooh," and he blows Braun away.
It looks
but,
good.
uh,
He
yeah,
looks great.
to be honest, when we were first talking about revealing him before he got revealed, I was just gonna put the blaster on the table and just leave the tank off. And
We got
just be-
scooped.
Well, yeah, a little bit, and just be like, "Look, we figured out mass compression." And I was like, "Oh no, not really." But really, just happy with this figure overall. I guess
He
some
looks
of the
good.
finer
He looks great.
details,
He looks
that we
great.
Really wanted to get.
I have
into
no
with him.
complaints with this
He
at all.
does
He
actually
looks
have
great.
butterfly hinge articulation. So you can actually pop out his shoulders just a little bit, and then he can bring it forward, just so that he can do a lot more of his iconic poses.
A butterfly joint.
Whenever he fires his blaster in the animation, he's always holding it like this, like with his hand like that. And I'm
Right.
assuming that's because that's how the original toy was
Right.
back in the day.
Right.
So, but in modern comics, they always kind of put his hand down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
animation, he's always holding it like that.
Right.
So he can do both. Whatever you guys want to do right there.
That looks. He looks great.
Yeah,
He looks
comes with
good.
the sword
Come on.
That he uses
Come on.
to
Come on.
almost
He
fatally
looks good.
wound Optimus Prime.
You guys can't.
That was
No.
something that we wanted to put in there. as
I'm
a
so getting
representation of
this.
The 86 scene to do that final fight, and actually,
Dude, wait a minute.
just to kind of show off.
If he goes on
some-
pre-order now and they start seeing him in stores in
height.
July, he could be possibly out. Maybe even early
Here you
August.
go, Megatron. Here. So he's a little bit taller than Optimus, as I think everybody.
That
agrees he
looks
should be.
cool.
So here he is next to
That
Studio
looks
Series
cool.
86 Optimus Prime.
That looks cool.
It's a couple millimeters taller. So he has just great proportions.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
wanted
Hi,
to make sure and
Jake.
get in there and get that.
Hello. I
obviously
totally
in tank
didn't just
mode,
wake up.
Rolls. This tank turret rotates. And then, yeah.
Again, that
And
looks
talk
so
about
good.
How you landed on this form of the tank?
Oh, certainly. So after doing some
Thank you
research,
so
this
much,
is
Gilbert.
actually we based it off of a prototype tank that was never produced in the 80s, and it ended up being called like the Armored Blaster System or something like that. It's like that's
Huh.
perfect. That's
Yeah,
that is
sounds like
Dude,
that is
again,
literally-
it just
that's
it just
literally
looks
what
so
Megatron should
good.
be. So that's
I
what we
know the
based a lot
different
of
color
this
on the
off of.
legs. People are gonna probably
And,
complain
Kubisagas
about
did a
that.
great
To
job.
me,
We like
it's
uh,
sort
in the original
of in a
kickoff
way,
doc
but
over
like
the
it doesn't
Takara
really
Tomy,
like
I kinda
affect
put in,
me
it's
if
like
that
it would
makes
be great if we
sense.
could actually focus a lot of the tank transformation into the legs because
Hang on, wait a
he has
minute.
a lot of leg mass, so there's a lot that you could hide in
Better.
there, and we didn't want to give him like a monstrous backpack, which we've been doing. And yeah, it gave him a nice sleek silhouette. Yeah, I'm just really happy.
He's incredibly sleek, and I think
He looks
if you
good.
could talk about, because I'm looking at this.
He literally looks good.
and
Hi, I'm a big fan. Thank you so much, Matthew.
This reminds me a lot of the Takara Tomy masterpiece, and like there's just like no kibble on the back, and it's from
This
what
goes
I
on
can see, it
pre-order
really seems like the
1
only
p.m.
way you can even identify that
This
this
goes on
he's
pre-order
turned
at
into
1
converts
p.m.
into a tank is the treads
today,
which you can kind of see on the back.
Eastern
Hanging out on the
Standard
back of
Time.
his legs.
Other than
So
that,
I think
mean,
around
are there any details I'm missing? But other than that, I really don't
8
even
or
see
9
anything
o'clock
that
for you, Jake.
is not from like the even like season 1, season 2.
Yeah, to reference the masterpiece,
It
obviously, if
literally
you're gonna play with
looks
that toy,
so
its
good.
Transformation is insane.
I have, dude, I have no
Yeah,
complaints as of right now.
But no, this was just kind of.
I'm
doing the
so
best we could
getting
with
this.
what we
Oh
have,
my
and
gosh, I'm
this
so
is what
getting this.
happened.
I wish I got my
I'm
86
just
Prime.
really happy, really proud of it. The side skirts were actually a big priority.
Right.
I know that's something we don't always get on our Transformer figures, but it's such an iconic part of his silhouette that we wanted to make sure it was there.
Right.
He has hand-finger articulation, rotating wrists.
He has
yeah,
everything.
Really, just
This is the Megatron we've been waiting for. I'm not even joking. I am genuinely excited for this.
You were with 86 segment with holding Megatron in 2025. It's very impressive. I know you have
you hounding me every year. It's like, let's do 86 Megatron. It's like,
no,
no.
Listen here, Sean.
Yeah, really just happy.
Even though this might be true,
no, he looks fantastic. And again, pre-orders 1 p.m. Eastern. Really excited. He'll be the last wave of leader in Studio Series 2025.
Oh wow!
And his buddy who will be in the case back with him.
Oh yeah, let's talk about him. You got him right over there.
Familiar friend. Of course, yes, the rumors are true.
Oh, the reissuing Grimlock.
Unchanged, non-redeco. This is the original sculpt. You know us. We love our
original
Dinobots.
flavor.
Original flavor.
Yeah.
Dude, Maddie's
so
gonna
86,
flip.
Grimlock. Completely understand.
Because she
this
wanted
was the first
G1
Dinobot
Grimlock.
we did. Yep, Glennis. When was that? 2020?
2021.
Around there. So like kind of COVID time.
Wow.
So I think a lot of people were getting back into Transformers collecting.
Yeah.
And honestly, a huge
I'm
part
not
of
mad about this, dude,
COVID,
because
but
I know
also
they're
what you and
releasing the
Mark have done
G1
and just the
stuff, right?
designs,
But
and
like
obviously
this
with
is for
Takara
people who
Tomy,
are like, hey,
just the
I want the
designs,
regular color
articulation, the
version.
details are just, you guys
This
have
is good.
really taken it to
This is
different
good.
levels. So people are like, oh my
I
gosh,
may
this is
actually
not,
get
I remember
this, I'm not gonna
Transformers
lie.
being like, these are
Because I
so
know I gave mine
amazing.
to
well, one of the things
Jimmy,
that I
and then he
think
gave
really
it to
sold us
Angel.
is when we sold
So I
and we
may
showed that we were going to do
get
all
this,
five
I'm not gonna lie.
at leader scale. And obviously, this was done by Hasui-san over at Takara Tomy, so it's freaking fantastic.
Looks
He
good.
did all the Dinobots, and we know that you all have been asking us, please rerun him. We told you we will. Thank you for being patient. He's coming.
Let's go.
So if you missed them in the first time, again,
go.
we do always want to make sure that.
Yeah, I
as
know.
best we
Age of
can,
Extinction
complete every
Dinobots. I don't
collection
even
and get
know,
let them
dude.
There's a
I-
clearly the demand shows that
I'm
a
like
lot of people
at the
missed out on him.
millimeter of hope.
Original flavor.
Yeah, it's the original flavor. He's back.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
of
this is not the
course,
Lego
comes with
Bumblebee
Wheelie.
It does come with Wheelie, comes
stream.
with his
I'm
blaster, and
planning
then
that right
kind
now.
of wraps up our leader segment.
Yeah, that's leader for Studio Series. I don't think we need to spend a whole. I mean, people know Grimlock. They love Grimlock. They love this figure.
Yep.
This honestly, this is one of the first ones I bought getting back into Transformers. So
Yeah.
love anytime that we can.
W.
Get a
W.
figure that's in
2W reviews
super
so
high
far.
demand to get them back out at retail. So
Also,
hopefully you guys
I'm
appreciate
loving
that. Again,
these
this
new
is us
box arts.
looking
You
at
guys have
like,
no
wow,
idea.
There's a lot of
I'm
demand
really
for this
loving
figure.
these new box arts.
Yep, and trying to listen and trying to just meet that demand
Absolutely.
when we can. Yeah,
absolutely.
But okay, on to Voyagers.
I think let's do
Voyagers.
we
Let's go to
order. Megatron
Voyagers.
Kind of,
He sets the standard.
setting the setting. Yeah, exactly. Setting the pace here. Exactly. So we've got 2 for our final wave in Voyager. Evan's grabbing those right now, and that is going to be, which one do you want to do first?
We're gonna start with Thundercracker.
Thundercracker. So thank you.
Oh
for grabbing
yeah, I
all of the
forgot
Seekers, of
Thundercracker's
course,
coming
Oh,
out.
the
I'm picking this up.
collection.
I'm picking this up.
So of course, this is War for Cybertron,
Okay.
Voyager scale, Thundercracker. Thundercracker is my personal favorite
One
of the
thing
Seekers.
that I
Because
hear
of
people
love.
saying
I
is
do
that
love
they
the
kind
real
of
classic
got
blue.
the light
Obviously
blue
loves
color wrong.
all the colors. My son actually was a Skyward costume a couple years ago. He used to,
I like the color. It's not my favorite blue, but we got Skyward.
Back when we would do some like
Thundercracker. I'm sorry.
And we were trying to see like what alt modes that kids were really drawn to.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids like
it's a nice looking alt mode.
And they would ask him why. And it's
like,
I
am gonna get this because I am completing
and that was
the gamer edition
line.
He
was, but
so I'm definitely picking this up.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, and he just looks cool.
It doesn't take much.
It looks great.
Yeah. So War for Cybertron Thundercracker.
Yeah.
Here
What's
he is,
poppin', Elijah?
the other Seekers.
Welcome to the
happy
stream.
To complete this trio. Obviously, this was done by Tomo-san.
It does
who
look
has
good.
Done all of these, and something that we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that each head had a unique expression for all of them.
So cool.
And what we did is we actually followed the in-game models for some of their coloring. And what that means is if you watch any of the cutscenes in the game, they actually all have very different eye colors, which I thought was very interesting. Instead of all the Seekers having red eyes, they all kind of vary.
I didn't know that.
And then Thundercrackers are actually kind of yellow. Which was interesting. So we wanted to follow that, even though the art always shows them as red. Old game, they didn't exactly follow all the art when they were actually making the assets. We understand that we're working on movie stuff, working on concept art constantly. But happy to get that out there. He comes with essentially a expanded sized version of like the classic machine gun, machine blaster. And then he has his melee weapon that they all kind of came with. But yeah. Here he is.
It looks, it's Thundercracker.
Looks awesome. And this,
what more can you kind of ask for?
I know we're talking about character selections all the time.
It looks sick.
How do you choose the rollout of the Seekers? Have we always done Starscream first?
Sometimes. I think Starscream's always the guarantee because he's the Seeker that everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Like name-wise, it's like, oh, that's Starscream. He's the Jet.
That sounds like a broken record, but congrats again on 20K, my dude. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much again. It's insane that we reached 20K, and it's only the beginning, man.
Starscream, right?
I have so much planned for you guys. Thank you guys again so much for 20,000. Thank you so much.
Of the Seekers.
Thank you.
But yeah, here you go.
What time is it in Florida? It is 11:20 in the morning.
Is there anything else? Before
You're the GOAT, Transformers.
No, I'm good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely good. Obviously, he's still
I'm excited for Thundercracker.
The rest of them have because it's a War for Cybertron figure, so they can swap off their own for their weapon.
I love that gimmick though.
Yeah, I think
it does look good. I love the box. I'm not complaining.
Piece of Devastator, my favorite Constructicon.
Really? Yeah. Any particular reason why? Because he's a cement mixer. A classic 80s cement mixer.
Oh,
modern designs got weird and turned everything around. I still get confused when I see him on the street. And it's like,
double pack
backwards? No.
Because I only got Bone Crusher.
Yeah, here we go. Here's Mixmaster.
And
Voyager scale. So yeah. I know that there were some questions on why are some of them Voyager, why are some of them Deluxe. Mixmaster is a Voyager because he's one of the feet, so we had to build in Ratchet so that he could have an ankle tilt when he becomes Devastator. So that's definitely one of the reasons. Obviously, all the Constructicons were done
Scrapper.
by
Thank you so much, Sean.
Takara.
I got Bone Crusher and Scrapper. I need the rest.
Devastator. So taking a lot of learnings from that, putting them in here. It's a fantastic figure.
Thank you for saying Bone Crusher.
It's a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoy.
No, like I said, I love this one.
Yeah,
and to get them again,
Mixmaster,
just all in 1 year.
Dude, I'm so excited to collect the whole 86 thing. If it wasn't for 86 Optimus, I would not have gotten this. By the way,
very, very
86
soon.
Optimus is the reason why
he's out there. Oh yeah. No, I know he's out there, and so
I'm getting back into G1 collecting.
Lots of the pieces you guys.
That's what I said. Okay, thank you so much. When are y'all going to answer the questions?
No surprise.
Tomorrow.
Stay tuned for
tomorrow's video.
Yep. So really excited to get this.
You guys are getting 3 videos this week, if I can get it done.
Wait until this point is impressive, but we're finally getting them out here.
His feet are non-existent.
Do you want to get the other guy?
Yeah, let's just jump right to
let's go straight to us. I know there's been some images online of Scrapper, but also Devastator. So let's bring out Scrapper. Can you
Scabbit, one of the legs.
I see on the fan channels a lot of conversation on the scales.
What are those
legs?
It
seems like a lot of fans understand.
It's fine.
Scale is not like
it's fine.
Deluxe equals 4 inches and Voyager equals 6 inches. Can you kind of go into a little explanation on how you determine scales and really,
it's all good.
It's really more the price point. It's not even really necessarily the height of the figure or the size of the figure. Like Bumblebee's a really good example in Deluxe, where he's typically smaller, but where you're able to have like more deco and more accessories.
It is true. When we bump it up to Voyager, we have more tooling available towards us, which is usually what we need for internals on a lot of like these figures. So that's one of the big differences between like Mixmaster and Scavenger.
Sorry, I said Scrapper.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I have a weird dyslexic thing where I always mix them up as well. But yeah, thank you. So one of the reasons, obviously, then is, as I said before, Mixmaster has a ratchet actually built into the side of his waist.
Ooh.
And that's because when he becomes Devastator, he needs that to support the full body and might of
that sounded crispy.
Other robots combined onto him. Which actually, speaking of...
Yeah, let's bring him out.
Yeah. Here we go. We have our completed Devastator right here.
Oh, that looks good.
White Devastator.
Oh, that looks good.
But yeah, I think he came together quite well.
Oh, that looks good.
Just it has you in silence.
No, I mean it's just.
Oh, the backpack though.
I've had the previous version on my desk for so long. Like, obviously the other one is bigger, but this one with modern articulation, modern I'm certainly a sucker.
Just casually bringing Devastator out
animation
because they know it's complete. That's crazy.
Depends on who you ask and what they're looking for, but I think you guys just did such an incredible job, and it scales so well. Do you mind grabbing actually Optimus? I am Optimus. Right?
You've got Optimus?
Oh yeah. Let's read this again to show the scale, which is
critical. He's huge.
There's times where we have so many conversations about scale, and I know you are such a purist when it comes to like 86 scale, and I know the fans appreciate. And then and you can see that actually, do you mind grabbing? I want to. I mean, might as well we have them show really the kind of.
I should have brought Sludge so we can pick him up and throw him
with the eyes out of this.
Yeah, Devastator's huge.
I did not understand what was happening. Watching that scene.
Whoa!
Funny story about Devastator is many years ago when Takara Tomy came to visit us, and we were talking about what was going to happen in the future, and we were like, "Oh, so what are some ideas that you're thinking about?" We were out to dinner, and I was just talking with Hisui-san, and it was like, "Oh, I think Devastator would be very fun to do."
Yeah.
Before we even kicked it off, the next time they came and visited, he brought a block model, and it was just like, oh, okay, you've been thinking about
that's exactly.
Yeah, and everybody's reaction was, whoa, Devastator, and everybody got super excited about it, and it got everybody on board because we were still kind of hesitating if we were going to do it all in 1 year or space it out from 2 years. Seeing the block model in person when they brought it shifted to, we have to do it all in 1 year. So it's very exciting.
I need to complete this. I need this Devastator so bad.
In Studio Series.
And that was one of the differences from Menasor, where, if I remember correctly, you developed Devastate all the pieces together, which is what you're just talking about, versus kind of in stages previously.
Normally, when we design combiners, everything is usually started all at once in very rough form factors, a block model.
I got 2 out of, I think, the 6.
Menasor was also developed like that, but
I think there's 6 of them.
The final piece had to be moved out of Wave due to some logistics stuff that came up, but that happens. But this one, we made sure everybody in 1 year. Well, yeah, it's Devastator.
That's
I'm pretty
big.
Happy with him, and I hope you all.
That's
are
a lot
well,
of inches.
I hope you all have fun building.
But he's not 19 inches though.
Any more details on Scavenger? Just want to make sure we don't just kind of go straight to Devastator. But if there's anything on Scavenger you want to highlight?
What are the legs, bro? There are no legs.
He's an excavator.
He's 16 inches.
I mean, he's a solid
you
figure.
Can't beat the Primus 19 inches, bro.
He needs to have.
It's still a lot of inches, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining.
It's one of those things where when you're talking about the individual Constructicons,
the inches matter.
Immediately go to.
You know what I mean?
Well, they make Devastator, so let's talk about Devastator. Yeah. He just. I hope you all enjoy him.
He looks great. I can't wait.
I know we've talked about this with fans a bunch. We really are encouraging you to collect these this year in 2025. I can speak transparently. What we've said, I mean, goodness, at least for a year now,
they're not doing a gift set.
There's no plans for a gift set for 26 or 27 right now.
Yeah,
we are knee deep in 2027 planning, and we are not planning a box set for 2026 or 2027. And that's intentional. That's not to say that we'll never do one, but again, we want to make sure that there's some
exclusivity
in the year, but also some excitement, so then we can move on to other combiners. Obviously, we've already talked about Bruticus is coming in Age of the Primes. We'll kind of talk about some combiners later on.
Make sure to get them out released because they're not going to make a box set. Gotcha.
But just wanted to put that out there again because I feel like, well, I heard them say this, but I don't believe that's like. I can tell you again, there's no plans for a box set in 2026, 27.
It's fine.
Who knows for the future? We do love our G2. There's all sorts of different options. Obviously, there's the toy accuracy that we've talked about as well. But
if there's anybody that knows how to redeco, it's the Transformer team. So yes, redecos will be coming in the future.
Just maybe fine.
Not right now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But okay, shall we move on to
make sure to get them at release, guys, because they're not going to make a box set.
So that wraps up the last wave of Voyager. So again, that's Mixmaster from '86, Thundercracker from War for Cybertron.
Okay.
Thank you so much for always remembering to bring the other figures for scale.
I try. Here and there. So what would you like to do next?
I mean, your call. Well, I mean, so we just did Scavenger. You want to do Alita 1 since we've already had our pre-order?
Certainly.
So here's obviously
Alita
1. So we launched this pre-order, goodness, I think 6 months ago in the movie here.
Prototype model.
With a prototype model, painted model.
So she has heels. I promise you. She will stand. Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
The prototype model that we had for that stream back then had been used for the stop motion animation. Yes. They had drilled into the feet and they had removed the heels. And it was just like,
I mean, okay. So Alita looks good. I'm going to get this for Transformers 1. I'm not like, oh my gosh, but this is so good. If you guys want to pick this up, I'm going to pick it up because
really,
it's
really well done. Really like
Transformers 1 film. Also, we're not getting a sequel.
To shine. But yeah,
thank you, Hasbro.
Certainly.
Marketing.
So worked with Tajima-san and worked with Karatomi on this. Came out freaking amazing. Yeah. She has a very interesting form factor. She's very spindly and all leg, which is
that doesn't bother me as much.
We gave her a tracker blaster, which is like that generic blaster that you kind of see everybody using in the film. She can use it like all the other characters can use it, and she also comes with the mining jetpack that they have.
I know, just look at that.
Yeah, and we made sure that this jetpack can actually connect to Megatron, Bumblebee, Optimus, so it works with all those characters as well. She has great articulation. She's got knees, ankles. She's got her wonderful.
Wait, so is this cogged version or this is minor version?
What, the heels down here?
Yes. Wait, no, she transformed.
So that was such a nice touch.
Don't answer that.
So that everybody
don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I can absolutely
I'm just very slow.
She actually has a really unique transformation.
Don't answer that.
That I don't think is something that we've done before.
I need coffee.
I found absolutely fascinating.
Yes.
Najima-san sent it to us.
Yes, Sean.
So her rear wheels actually fold in half when she transforms, and it becomes her chest. It's very fascinating.
Oh.
So the wheels actually fold, but then they can still rotate. So it's very unique. It's something that I don't think we've done before.
I definitely don't recognize that.
I literally just woke up. Same.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting when he sent it to me. And
I also love how whenever like they make unique transformations and it's not the same.
Really cool. She's got some nice, wonderful tech inside her, and I just don't have fun collecting. The whole cast now. So that's the
I like
that's
this.
the 4 members.
I like this.
We've got the whole team there.
Got the whole team.
We
got Bumblebee,
obviously
D16.
So
technically Megatron.
You know what?
Optimus Prime and B127.
We'll bring him out.
So this is something. This is really the off script here a little bit, but this is obviously makes sense. This is actually what stage? What stage is this? This is final. This is final.
Yeah. No, you're mixing up. It's okay. It's okay.
But so again, like obviously understand how much people are loving Transformers 1 as we did as well. I remember when we got the early screening, we were nervous walking in, and then we walked out. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We love this, and our fans are going to love this. So obviously, Transformers 1 is going to continue to be a lineup that we continue to flesh out. Of course, as you were just talking about, the Seekers, the Leaderhead Seekers, Starscream here.
Well, the High Guard from the High Guard. He's essentially the leader of the fallen High Guard, which is a very interesting story beat. Worked with Kunihiro-san on this figure. Obviously, if we're doing one Seeker, there will be other Seekers.
Yeah.
However, the designers in the movie decided to make every Seeker unique, which is great for people who love the Seekers. As a toy designer who's used to just redecorating, it's a lot of work.
One mold to rule them all.
Hey, man.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
It is what it is, bro.
So expect that at some point in the future.
I know.
So people
some
are probably
people
interested,
don't like
what's going on
the
with this blaster. When Starscream transformed into his Tetrajet mode, they based it very much off
they don't
of
really like that.
Movie
I mean,
design,
to be honest, it doesn't really bother me as much, but I'm so happy we're finally getting TF1 Starscream, dude.
84 series.
I love
this.
So
we had
these
kind of protrusions down here, and transformation-wise, when we were trying to figure it out, where it's like, okay, what do we do with those? Oh, okay, we'll make them pop up and be a blaster. Kunihiro's absolutely brilliant. He was When he was digging into the weeds of this, he was like, okay. And then when we do this, and this, we can partial this later to make this. And it's like, yes, that's wonderful. Good. That's lovely.
W.
Yeah, made sure to get all his colors in there and like to kind of do the best that we could to reflect how we looked in the film. But yeah,
I like this. It looks awesome. As
I like this. TF1 Starscream.
More seekers to come.
TF1 Coronation Starscream. No,
and we will not be just doing pure because we will be making sure that the sculpts match.
I don't know. Angel, what the hell?
Angel will be doing that.
Yeah. It makes it hard to get them all out at once.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I'm happy. Like you said. Happy that they're getting like
these will look amazing, and you guys get that done.
Making them deluxes.
Again, really excited to get the
I don't know how to feel about that though. But
with us, we only have so many slots per year.
If it's easier for everybody to get, then I'm all up for it.
Course 86.
As long as it doesn't diminish the figure, It
was an accidental but really good segue into
morning,
and last deluxe for the last wave of the year.
Is it Widowmaker?
And this is for Bayverse.
Yeah, it's Widowmaker.
Concept series,
one of my favorite things that you brought into the line. This is where we were talking before the fan stream. Please dive deep into why she looks this way, why she's a McLaren MP412C. Thank you.
You got it in one go. That's great.
And it is a fully licensed McLaren vehicle. Thank you very much.
Oh wow, it's fully licensed too.
Incredible partners to work through this. I love the alt mode here.
Yep.
But please talk to us
Isn't
about
she supposed to be red though and not orange?
The design choice, the history from the film, and then why this toy is the toy.
So I guess I'm going to start with worked with Kunihiro-san at Takara Tomy on this. So
I was about to say, Q from Dark of the Moon.
It's a lot of fun. So in Transformers: Age of Extinction, it is known that this McLaren
MP412C.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
It shows up in the film and is a KSI drone of some kind. But we never actually see what that robot mode looks like. And we had concept art for what was at the time called Widowmaker, which Widowmaker ended up then becoming Stinger in the film.
Yes.
So they changed designs, they changed direction. That happens. And we loved that concept art quite a bit. And we wanted to bring it into our toy line. So we were like, oh, well, she was obviously red in the concept art because Stinger's colors were. So we're just like, oh, let's just color grade this. Oh, look, orange. Yeah, it's close enough.
That's why. Okay.
We think this turned out great.
That's why she's not red and orange.
We gave her a little half tape on the back because that's kind of what the concept
they don't want to like.
Well, and
mix it with
actually
Stinger.
Just kind of fit really well with her form factor. A lot of her concept art showed her leaning incredibly more feminine and. There's not a lot of female Decepticon representation in live action, unless you count like Alice, and then you don't do Bumblebee movies.
Am I gonna pick this up?
I don't know if they count, but happy to get her out here, and I think she's a lot of fun.
I'll probably pick it up.
Goodness, is this?
So we obviously have
concept art.
Q's daughter. Come on, dude.
We did Sunstreaker.
Oh, you're right.
In the Bumblebee movie. Every once in a while, we just try to trickle them in.
Yeah, and so I mean, I've seen fans share this concept art for years, and so that is now that we started to dive into.
That's what I'm thinking, Angel, just for the car.
I don't know how you guys respond to that figure. Of course, that first 3 minutes of Bumblebee is peak Transformers media. So we'll continue. As long as you all still like them, we will continue to dive into the vaults for concept art for not just live action, but also
we need more live action stuff, please, dude.
Everything.
The Dino bots are still a thing. You know that, right? We've been waiting like 6 years.
Voice lines from '86, but
please,
I'm thinking of Inferno and things like that.
Please.
So definitely something that we love, and it seems like the response has been really positive. So a lot more to come. But this is
I probably just get this for the car too. I'm not gonna lie, because it's licensed McLaren. I'll probably just take it for the car.
Super cool.
I know I said
not really a huge fan of the robot mode, but it's all good.
So then it's a gray area. It turns into a gray area.
Right.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy her. Yeah, she just turned out to be a really fun figure.
I do like the box.
We don't have a lot of orange representation just overall in Transformers.
I'm loving these City Series reviews. Ready, way better than the last one.
I hadn't really thought about that.
Oh, okay. Write in the comments. Yeah, your favorite orange.
It's cool. It's just cool.
Yeah,
it's
no, that's fine.
It's cool.
Give us your engagement.
It's cool. It's not like, oh my gosh, But it's
so that wraps up
cool.
the Studio Series reveals for pre-order. Again, 1 p.m. Eastern today.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
So again, we're doing something.
Well,
first time. Oh yeah.
Before that, do we want to do timelines real quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
So
what's happening?
We obviously have the
what's
first
happening?
what we call timelines multi-pack with Optimus and Starscream. Did that pre-order a few months ago.
These are like the
Evan's passion project.
Starscream
inspiration from other '90s toy lines where you get your top 4 characters in all sorts of different ages and
I
times
can't
and
do this anymore.
Different modes. So we really love to get the top
That's
characters
cool, though.
and all sorts of different modes and bring a
fell.
freshness to, of course, these guys right here. So this one is Megatron and Bumblebee. We are going to have quantities available at San Diego Comic-Con.
They're trained
this year. Goodness, in a month. Yeah, I know. And we'll
have more details timeline figures. The pre-order date
as well, but these will be at San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Sure we show them off as the 2025.
This is very tempting, and it's not okay.
Yeah, this was obviously something that I've been trying to get going.
This
for
is tempting, and it's not okay.
It didn't actually start with this, but it was just kind of pulling.
Gosh, darn it, man!
Representations of these characters and how they've shown up. And then someone was like, "Well, what about Hearts of Steel?" And it's like, yes.
Do you like trains, Evan?
Just a little bit.
Do you like trains?
Once or twice.
I kind of like trains. Are you going to San Diego Comic-Con? I'm not going to, but I am thinking about TFCon Chicago, though. I'm thinking about it. I'm not confirmed.
No, probably not. But yeah,
I like this though.
Fantastic designs. We're happy to finally get them out there. If fans are super into them, hopefully we can dig more into this universe because there are some fantastic other character designs that show up.
Shockingly.
Yeah, I was about to say the Megatron looks really cool. And again, it is like a,
as you said,
like a
Megatron Bumblebee available first time at San Diego.
See now, buy now at San Diego Comic-Con. These
two,
Optimus and Starscream available for pre-order right now. And that's a Pulse exclusive. This will be San Diego. That's not our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. That's the Void Rivals pack, which you guys have already seen.
Yep.
But really excited about this one. How did you land on Hearts of Steel? And then second, do you think we should do another age of something for 26?
I mean,
cheesy question, but
dude, I know Angel. The fact that you met Evan, dude, that's insane.
What can I tell you about 26? What am I allowed to tell them about 26? I guess, hey, it's coming. It's gonna be the same 4 characters again, but in a different theme.
Yeah.
I do want to say that these 4 were done by Ajima-san. I just wanted to make sure to get that out there.
Right.
Over at Takara Tomy, which is fantastic. Of course, they're always fantastic.
I love the Megatron.
Yeah, the Megatron.
Do you like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee as trains?
Yeah, they turned out so good. But yes, we will be continuing to dig into
I think it's something unique and new that we've never seen before. So honestly, I'll look for it. I mean, as long as they look cool and that they're great, then
story
it's a
and
W
that matches these. The next set of 4. So yes, more timelines are coming.
Right.
And it'll be very similar. Another multi-pack of Optimus and Starscream. Another multi-pack of Megatron and Bumblebee.
How much are these going for? Does anybody know?
What you think it might be, and then would love to hear like, oh my gosh, if they're going to do this, you should do Age of fill in the blanks.
It would actually be fun if you would comment and tell us what themes you think would be fun to do.
Because this is really like white space lore that
I love how they're doing this, right? This is unique and new.
I know that you guys
but I want Dinobots. Is it too hard to ask for Dinobots for Age of Extinction?
Mark's designs are insane. Yeah, but also just adding lore to
$25.
A lot of things like, this is my favorite.
$60.
This is my favorite, and then like Mark is really kind of putting
$60
bone on. This is what
so 30 each.
Okay, this is what my Cronus Prime. So this is I love what you've been doing on the timeline stuff. So more to follow on those, as I mentioned.
Okay,
available for pre-order right now.
It's Megatrain.
These will be on site at San Diego Comic-Con, and then we'll give you further details on when the actual pre-order will go live.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Star Train
packaging, this is awesome. I know I've started to see people getting these at their houses, the first multi-pack, and you guys have really appreciated the packaging. Again, Amy.
Yeah, the package looks good.
Oh gosh,
Amy does
this Mario.
So this was Mario. Yeah, thank you, Mario. Yeah,
but these look amazing. And what Amy has done for 26 is like,
yes, it's going to blow people's minds.
I want t-shirts made with that art. So more to follow there.
Yeah.
So thank you for the reminder on timelines. And I think potentially the highlight of the fan stream is what we've got next.
Yes, I think so as well.
So this is something new. Again, I'll say this is kind of coming off of the learning on being late on Megatron, mea culpa.
What are you talking about?
But this one, we are going to show you, as I mentioned earlier, the very first looks at 2026 Studio Series.
So we're going to start with, I think, one of the people's like biggest requests.
What is that? Oh, it's a
Arachnid! Really thought she was.
Well, she's a deluxe, and I know.
Whoa!
Comment flame for that. Make her a deluxe, but I'm sorry. At the time when we were developing her, from the height chart, that made the most sense. But now when we watch the movie, I don't know if they're angling her to look a little bit bigger, but it made sense at the time. That's how I'm going to word it. But
I mean, she's thin, yeah, but she's significant. Like, I think if you had showed this to me and just you give me your best bet, I think I might have. I mean, it's like a deluxe plus. Let me grab actually Starscream.
Yep.
They give a
2026 Arachnid.
All we can within universes. Or I'll let you.
Yeah, it's okay. But working with the Jima-san on Arachnid, we wanted to make sure to get her out there.
Dude, that mold looks so. This is a brand new mold.
On ball joints, so they can manipulate and go all around. And I guess I should state
that's so cool.
That's what we are showing off right now. For 2026, we're kind of giving you a sneak peek. This is essentially our first kind of prototype that we make, and we also like base instructions off of these models.
Right.
We wanted to bring them in and just show them off instead of just dropping an image.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I have to say the wizardry
that looks so cool
to make this happen. Like
it even spin.
There was a joke I made about going back and forth with, it's gotta be a Voyager. No, we can get it to deluxe. This was her. That was where that interaction was coming from.
So is it a deluxe or Voyager?
She somehow still has a moving propeller, even though her legs merged together to kind of form that in the back. We did sort of had to make up her legs a little bit in the movie.
Right.
She just has, I almost want to call those the prosthetic legs where it's like a flexible material.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a heel.
Yeah.
For a toy, we had to give her a heel so that she can support herself.
Right. Which I'm not mad at.
Yeah. She ended up being a fantastic
that looks
figure.
so cool.
Having, butterfly articulation.
She's a deluxe.
Because of the way that she transforms.
Deluxe. Okay.
So she has a bit of extra posability in her arms.
I would have liked it if she was a Voyager.
Yeah, obviously,
but it's fine.
A gray model, so it is a little bit loose. The joints will be tighter in the end. Yeah. I hope you all kind of enjoy this little.
That looks so cool.
Going on here.
Deluxe Plus. I think they just start naming that.
That's a character we should absolutely do. I just don't know how that is possible. And then obviously you and the engineers figure it out, and this looks incredible, especially the deluxe.
That looks great.
So like
Arachnid.
He figured this out. Like we went back and forth a bit, but he had all the answers.
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah, I'm not a fan of spiders either, but I will take this.
So first,
I will take this.
Obviously, no pre-orders today.
Nope. This is just the.
It's about 2026. Okay.
Again, we want you to get the first looks from us.
Yes.
So we're trying to always improve and listening to your comments and responding.
I love that they're doing. This is a stream.
Oh no, I know.
This is a stream.
Arachnid's going to be.
This is a hype stream.
It is a deluxe.
They should start doing this a lot more. I like this.
So yeah, this is awesome. But
and then I guess we have one more that we're
one more gray model show. Although this is
what is it?
Gray model and an ET1.
What is it?
Which I love the ET1s because it's also like, oh my gosh, I kind of want them in those colors.
Yeah.
So of course this is Alpha Trine again. This is also from Transformers 1. Take it away, Evan.
Yep. So this is a Voyager, also done by a
He's a Voyager.
One moment while I get him to stand up because it's a gray model. There we go. So obviously,
oh boy,
and teacher that also has to maybe not make it to the end of the film. Spoiler alert. Who gives everybody their cogs? We wanted to make sure to get him in there.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's why he is a Voyager scale.
Oh no.
He turns into a unicorn lion.
Oh no.
Very interesting, of course, and has some history in Transformers as a redeco and a bunch of weirdness there that they were pulling from. Happy to get it in there.
I totally didn't just sneeze.
Battle damage and the rust and the grime and kind of like the broken down aspects that you see him in when
that looks so good.
Show the back where you can really see some of the details.
Voyager Studio Series Alpha Tryon from Transformers
to make sure to bring into this.
I love the Altmo too.
Separated from the kids line main toy, which was just unclean. But yeah,
I kind of wish he had a cape.
This.
I kind of wish he had that cape though, but it's fine.
We'll have an opening jaw and all that fun stuff. We did have to turn his electro tail into like a whip for him, just because we needed something to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Sadly, no cape, but we can always custom make one.
Nice
it's fine. Or a DNA uppercut.
It's great, and again.
Do you want City Series 86 figures of G1 Season 1 and 2 characters who weren't in the 86 movie? Yes!
In the spirit of transparency and giving you guys the first looks, again, just first sneak peek into one of our first Voyagers for 2026. Of course, pre-order details to follow in the future.
W! So we have TF1 Arachnid, which
you do.
Hype,
we'll
by the way.
To show off more of these early models, even if it's not just for pre-orders, just to give you an early look.
2026 is going to be insane. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this, man.
First peeks. So hopefully you guys really appreciate this. Those are the only 2 gray models we have.
If you guys haven't yet, please make sure to like the stream.
Pace things out.
Yes,
as we do more streams in the
make sure to like the stream, guys. Thank you so much again for joining. Thank you for those who are here. Thank you for taking time off your day to come and watch the reviews with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys.
2026 product and exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con. And then something else kind of new. I think. Again, we did our stream a couple weeks ago with Mark on Age of the Primes, and I asked you specifically to please comment on our Commander price point. Really appreciate all the comments. All sorts of different things. I think one of the biggest things that I took away from it was, please, more combiners, which no surprise there.
Yes, we need more combiners.
I saw in a not mathematical dated way. I just kind of looked at the comments, and like the names that kept popping up, Defensor and Predaking seemed to be, and there was definitely some Rail Racer love. There was all sorts of love out there, but
wait,
seemed like Defensor and Predaking seemed to be the top 2. Thoughts on those?
Everybody likes the Protectobots.
Yes,
and
we love you. Thank you so much.
Because we have Bruticus coming. I guess the Protectobots and Bruticus are kind of like the opposing forces there, so that makes a lot of sense. I love them. My favorite combiner when I was a kid was the Technobots. Yeah, because I told you that before this. My online handle when I was a kid was Copytron.
I love that. I shared that. I love that.
Yeah.
Have you watched Transformers Cybertron? I have.
Because then you hear like voice chat and people are like Copytron, like they didn't know how to say the name, but it's like you uncultured swine.
Why doesn't
you uncultured swine?
Rail Racer would be amazing. Each piece would be a Titan. Because he is monstrous.
Yes.
But that would be a lot of fun.
King
is also huge. Obviously.
What are you gonna?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because what was like 5-6 years ago was the last time we did Predaking? Maybe even longer ago.
He was a Titan box set back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they made him like just as big as Devastator, maybe a little bit bigger. But
what's going on, John?
Very fun to do. Obviously, there will be more combiners coming.
More to come.
We love them. I don't know if we can confirm or deny other than Bruticus. But going forward, yes, please expect more combiners.
Yes, absolutely. So again, appreciate your comments and feedback. And a couple people were talking about, I made the comment, which I'm honestly quoting you and Mark, where we don't ever like to leave a collection incomplete.
Yep.
Right.
So if we do one seeker,
you got to do
it, of course.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, we only have so many slots, so much tooling per year, and we do our best to do kind of a inch deep, mile wide on the fandoms, recognizing that really kind of every content for Transformers is somebody's G1, whether it's Beast Wars, obviously G1, even Transformers 1.
They're looking at something.
Really new generation.
They're looking at something.
I sure hope so. With Rise of the Beast 2, back-to-back movie years, so hopefully that's really resonating as well.
Also, when you Rise of the Beast Stratosphere.
Talking about collections,
they keep looking at something to the right.
That
they keep looking at something to the right
very often, that I see pretty regularly, especially when it comes to these things. Because someone called me out, was like, Nate says he's going to complete every collection, but what about
Mud Flap and Skid?
Yes, please talk us through that.
I think that's more of an eventuality. Right now, not so much. We bring it up every once in a while, and we put feelers out, like with like our greater team, and we're trying to see like what everybody's feeling. And every once in a while, it's just like, no, not yet. I'll never say never on this, though.
Absolutely.
I think it is an eventuality. I think we will get there eventually, just not right now.
Yeah. So you said that very well, because this is different than the discussion on Megatron between Blaster and
they're talking about skids and Mud Flap.
There's no gray area there. We just can't do it.
Yeah.
These guys is more, how did you describe it earlier? You said it was like an emotional thing. So
Just
we know there's strong opinions on just make the single collection, and there's other people like, no. But to wrap that up, for now, there are no plans. That is not a never. Yeah. We are fully, I think the big thing is fully aware that there are two holes.
Come on!
So it's hopefully a potentiality, but we'll see. Again,
really?
Probably every year kind of gauge the interest across the team.
For Skid or Mudflap?
And everybody else.
But you can do Mohawk.
So it's
but you can do Mohawk.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to get into that.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm not even going to get into that, by the way.
That's great. And then the last comment that I saw, and it struck out to me,
Skids and Mudflap.
Again, back to combiners.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
I think fans realize that the pieces are out there. Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
I've used those molds a couple times, but maybe he's coming, and maybe I promise you, he won't be dinosaurs.
Yes.
That's how I'll put that.
So yeah, so stay tuned on Monstructor.
Yep.
Potentially coming.
Potentially coming.
But appreciate that comment. And again, thanks for all the comments. We do read it. We definitely care about what you guys think and how we're doing, how we're doing, and of course
the Dino Bots.
That leads to actually our first, I think probably not ever, but at least on our fan streams, my first fan poll question. Yeah, this is
okay.
I stop by Evan's desk on a daily basis to just talk shop and throw ideas at him and just talk about what we're doing for years and certain designs and whatnot, which Evan is amazing to work with, as you guys know, especially those who have met him.
I'm amazed you can fit him out this with how much junk is in there sometimes. Everybody has to like crawl. And
we're going to talk about that after the stream.
I know I live here.
We're going to talk about the Skids and Mudflap situation.
I'd love to give a quick tour of your desk. But let's get to the
one room you've ever seen.
Yeah. So here is the question.
Yeah.
I have asked this to Evan. We've had this discussion. I'm not going to clue you into who's on which side. You're probably going to know it. But here is the question, and this is about as short as I could get it.
Okay.
So, do you want to see toys of characters from season 1 and 2 of the G1 cartoon that did not appear in the 86 movie in the Studio Series 86 segment?
Yes.
Is that too weird? Is that blasphemous? Is that awesome? Yes, please, because these guys were in the world, and I'm not talking concept art like Inferno where he's literally in the credits. I'm talking
everybody, if that makes sense. Don't do a lot to the point where it literally.
We've had this conversation many times because obviously there are different versions of the script. There are storyboards that show different characters and with scenes that got cut.
Like yes, but keep it
to be a what is okay to show in
separated, if that makes sense.
Studio series.
Like don't make it all
that's why we're reaching
one way. Like
all of you.
Like little sprinkles here and there.
I'm assuming they want more. Everybody wants.
That's my hunch. But I again, we would please answer the questions. Just simple yes or no. We will certainly put that in our toolkit as far as what we have plans in the future. As I mentioned, we're knee deep in 2027 planning right now.
Yep.
We are. I don't have a percentage, but we're probably like 75% done with the 86 cast.
Yeah, that's a good number to put there. I know people have quoted a slightly right and wrong about saying we'll be done with 86 in 2026, and it's like, well, we'll just be reaching the bottom of the barrel.
Yes,
like that's
right. You already got kind of like the main cast already done.
I can mine deeper. You can go deeper.
You can go deeper.
This one animation cell.
Okay.
One interview back.
Someone quote him, please.
Someone said I recorded lines, but I got cut.
This one animation error.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so please help us out there.
Yeah.
More like 50%. Yeah.
I think
yeah, that's the whole stream. So again, 1 p.m. Eastern today.
Okay.
All the studio series except for the gray models.
W's
live.
W's.
The timelines will be at San Diego Comic-Con. See now, buy now. More details to follow with that.
This was a W stream
out there.
With
really excited about the fan poll question.
A few
I'll be refreshing the video with the answers
that we have to talk about really quickly.
Really excited about that.
After this stream,
you do that. Obviously, if you have any questions, reach out on Instagram. I know I've kind of been quiet on there recently. I'll get back on it, I promise. And obviously, anybody's coming to San Diego Comic-Con, come by and say hi.
Yeah.
We'll both be there. So will Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will just be great to talk
W
to you
stream
guys about
though.
Transformers.
W stream.
Anything else?
was a Hasbro Pulse stream.
The next time you'll hear from us is at San Diego Comic-Con in a little over a month.
This was a stream.
Excited. Please.
This was a stream.
Area, please
better than
and talk to either
last
one of
week's
us. I'm sure Mark and Evan are way cooler.
The week before.
Whoever you want to talk to, we'll be there. We'll have the panel as well, like we did last year, where we have all sorts of new news.
Transformers.
More than of course, you go pre-order. Autobots, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
So again, thanks guys. Appreciate your patience. But that's all.
Probably gonna get copyrighted, but it's okay.
We'll see you later.
It's okay. W. Okay. W. Okay. So let's talk about it really quickly. This, just to get out the way, this was a good Hasbro Pulse fan stream for Transformers, right? This is how you do a stream. Way better than last week or the week before, whenever they did one, right? Now, everything that you guys saw except for Arachnid for Transformers Prime and Alpha Trion for Transformers 1, Arachnid from Transformers 1 and Alpha Trion from Transformers 1. Those are not going up on pre-order. Those are future reveals for 2026. They just showed us the gray models and stuff. Everything else at 1 p.m. it is going to be live for you to pre-order, okay? Now, very quickly, we're just going to run through everything, right? And we'll get to the whole skids and mud flap situation in a bit, okay? So first off, they revealed Megatron, right? Megatron looks sick. I love the box art. The box art looks amazing. Yeah, we've been waiting for this, right? We've been waiting for this for so long. This Megatron looks cool. I do hear people complain about the legs. People hear like, oh, the color in the legs, they don't look the same as, the rest of the figure. To me, it doesn't really bother me as much, but I can see why it does bother some people. I also hear people complain about the cannon, how the back of the cannon is too big and the front of the cannon is too short. Not really a big deal for me, in my opinion. But again, we'll have to see. Here's the tank mode. I love the tank mode. I really wish he came with the mace and not his sword. So it's all right. But at least they did include his what's his called? His
just because
MP13, I think.
Legal. Yeah, it is.
I forgot. But yeah, they included his little gun blaster, right? So I'm not mad about this at all, right? I think they did a good job. They didn't have to include this, but they did anyway. So W to them, right? So overall, I'm so excited for this figure.
We are.
You guys have no idea. I'm so excited for this, right? This looks good.
Tiny blaster form that you can use.
Yeah, his tiny blaster form. I'm gonna put this down just a bit so that way I can talk about it. Right? Stop. Okay. So Megatron looks good. He has articulation. He has butterfly joints and everything, right? Yeah, this looks good. I love the box art. The box art looks great. I basically have no complaints except for the fact that he's 54 steps. He's 54. Look at me very quickly. He's 54. What? Okay, very quickly. Does anybody know what is the most steps that we've gotten for Studio Series so far? Other than 54 steps. Because is this the most steps that we've gotten in a figure before? $54 steps. 44? Wasn't that Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime? Right? When he came with his was that? No. 53. 60. Who was 60? Anyway. 54 steps. So best believe you're going to be transforming this thing for a while. It's whatever. I'm so excited for this. Again, comes with his little sword thing. I wish it was a mace instead. Who is its blue version? What is this? Anyway, I'm excited for this. W in the chat. They also showed that they are gonna re-release G1 Grimlock, which I will be picking this up because I do want to recollect all the G1 Dinobots because I do want to start growing my G1 collection again. So if you guys missed out, best believe you definitely need to pick this up. W reissue. I think it looks great. I also love the box art, by the way. I like how they use this shot as well. Autobot Wheelie, it's just an accessory. It is what it is, so it's fine. And this is 24 steps, by the way. This is also a leader class. They also unveiled that they are going to release Transformers War for Cybertron Thundercracker. I'm picking this up because I am collecting all the Gamer Edition line, basically all the figures, because I love War for Cybertron. I love that game, Fall of Cybertron. We don't talk about Rise of Dark Spark. I love this. I think what they're doing is great with this. People do say that the blue looks a little bit weird, and yes, it does look a tiny bit weird, but I'm just happy that we finally got all the seekers for the game. I think that was all the seekers, if I'm not mistaken. So we got Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, which, again, W, his accessory comes with that thing that I think Starscream came with, like that I forgot what that's called, but he also does come with a blaster that you can transform into his arm. So W. Pre-order at 1 p.m. Don't miss out on this, please. Don't miss out on this. Hasbro got tired of reselling 86 Grimlock. Yeah. All right. Up next, they did show Mixmaster, which is, I think, the 5th Constructicon. Yes, because it was Bone Crusher, it was Scrapper, it was the 2-box set, and now it's Mixmaster, and we'll talk about the other one name. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I am completing the G1 Constructicon Devastator. Yeah, I mean, I only got 2 out of the 6 so far. So, and then here we have what's his face? What's his name? Scavenger. While they were playing this, I started laughing at the legs because it's just straight, dude. It's just straight. Sure, they can bend now, but like it was so funny. Also, the face looks weird, but yeah, this looks good. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm never probably gonna have them in their robot mode. I'm gonna have it in the combiner mode of Devastator, which they just casually unveiled Devastator. Like they were showing off Mixmaster, right? And they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring this out so that way you guys can see Devastator. This looks funny. This looks good. I'm so excited for Devastator. But then they had like the chance to show him next to Optimus Prime, which, dude, that is huge. I'm sorry, but that is huge. That is massive. 16 inches, even though that's not Primus the Creator 19 inches, because 19 inches is a lot of inches. 16 inches is still a lot of inches, which I'm not complaining about inches, right? At least I hope no one complains about inches. This looks okay. Grimlock is huge. Okay, if you guys have Grimlock is huge. I was just transforming Optimus the other day because I was like, I just wanted to see if the transformation was so good as I remember, and it is. That Devastator is huge, and I am so excited to freaking transform him, dude. I love it. I love it. I also love how he can stand on his own. I'm just in love with this. Again, pre-orders at 1 p.m. So that way you can complete G1 Devastator and have him for yourself. I am so excited for this, man. And then they showed Alita 1. They showed Alita 1. This is the cogged version because, of course, she transforms into her, I think, bike mode. If I'm not mistaken, her bike mode. So I really do like this. I am picking this up because I am completing the Transformers 1 cast. So I'm definitely picking this up. She does come with a jetpack, which they did say that this jetpack can be also worn by Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Megatron, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what they said, if I remember. She has heels so that way she can stand on her own. And they also said that her transformation on the inside of the wheels is very unique, and that it still rolls whenever you do that. So I'm excited for Alita 1. I genuinely am. And then they showed TF1 Starscream, which I like this Starscream a lot. I am super sad that we're not getting a sequel. Hasbro marketing or whoever marketed this movie, I will never forgive you, ever. But yeah, they showed Starscream, and he's also going to be deluxe. Both of these are going to be deluxe classes. I've heard that they don't like the unpainted plastic of like that whitish tan. It doesn't really bother me as much. I at the end of the day, I think it still looks good. No, really, not much complaints for me, dude. I love the alternate mode. Yeah, no complaints. I'm excited for the Starscream. Who else did they show? I totally forgot because there was so much that happened in the stream. Again, it comes out at 1 p.m. Widowmaker. Let's talk about Widowmaker. Yeah, I'm gonna see this just a bit. Let's talk about Widowmaker. How are we feeling about Widowmaker? I'm just genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious. How are we feeling about Widowmaker? Are you happy that we got Widowmaker? Are you guys excited for Widowmaker? Me, it's staying in car mode form for me. I didn't really know much of Widowmaker. I know that she was a concept art whenever I would watch Alex the Rage Nations like hearings and leaks and stuff. And I remember there was an episode dedicated to Widowmaker. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But in my opinion, I'm probably just gonna keep it in the alternate mode because this is a licensed product. Yeah, and you're not wrong. The kibble could have been worse, right? Sure, she has very thick leg. There it is. There it is. Okay, it could have been worse, right? The back could have been worse. So I'm happy that they were able to do it. But again, we also got to remember this is a licensed product. So that means that they had to sacrifice some stuff. It's like what happened with Porsche, right? With Mirage. They had to sacrifice the robot mode to make a very accurate vehicle mode, which to this day, by the way, I still have them in vehicle mode because I am too scared to break any more plastic off of that Mirage because I already have a crack and I got so upset. So I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this. I'm just gonna probably keep it in his alternate mode because that looks cool. The reason why they said that is orange is because originally it was supposed to be Stinger red, but they went with Stinger for the final version of Age of Extinction, so they couldn't use red because that would mix a lot of things up. So they changed it to more of this orangish color, which I'm not too upset at. Alternate mode looks good, in my opinion. Yeah, the legs are something else. Yeah, like this doesn't look bad. It's just I the tiny feet though. The tiny feet do kind of throw it off, but it's fine. I'll probably pick this up just for the alternate mode, but that's roughly it. I'm not gonna pick it up for the robot mode. I think I'll just keep it in the vehicle mode. This also does go up at 1 p.m. So there you guys go. They couldn't have a picture of her because again she's concept art. So that's fine. They also did unveil these trains that they're making. These timelines for Optimus Prime, Starscream, and I think the others were Megatron and Bumblebee. Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are trains. Megatron is, I forgot what this is called, but this is what they used back in like World War II, I think. And Starscream is, of course, one of those planes from like back in the day. Am I picking this up? Probably. I'm still thinking about it, but I think it is cool that they're branching off into like new things, right? The timelines. They all look good. I have really no much complaints about it. I'm excited for this. The Wild Wild West. I think That's what I'm gonna probably call it now. Thank you, Angel. The Wild Wild West Transformers. I like Megatron. I like Bumblebee. Like, this looks good. Am I gonna pick it up again? I'm not too sure, but I'm happy that they're doing this. By the way, you can purchase now. Oh, okay, cool. So you can purchase Starscream and Optimus, right? And is that it? Yeah, first available at San Diego Comic-Con. So just to reiterate, Megatron and Bumblebee, you can, if you are going to San Diego Comic-Con, you can get that over there. If you want Optimus and Starscream, I mean, did I say Optimus and Starscream? I'm sorry, I just woke up. I'm going to reiterate that one more time. If you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, you can get Bumblebee and Megatron over there. If you're not going there and you just want to get Optimus and Starscream, they're available for purchase right now. I'm probably going to wait. But I'm glad that they're doing this. I'm glad they're doing something new. They're testing out the waters, and I think it's going to be a huge success for them. I'm not going to lie. I love the box art, by the way. I think the box art looks great. Now, on to the freaking prototype. I think for me, this is kind of the highlight of the stream, in my opinion. We have Arachnid. They showed off 2026 prototype. Well, a prototype for now, but 2026 reveals of TF1 Arachnid and her vehicle mode. I'm sorry, but this is an instant cop. I think Arachnid was super cool in the movie, and the fact that they're able to show this off, that they're already working on it, that it'll be ready to set, it'll be ready and released and ready to go for 2026 is really cool. I love this. I mean, I have no complaints. She is gonna be a deluxe. Kind of wish she was a Voyager, but it's fine. It's whatever. They also said that they also had to incorporate heels because she needed stuff to stand up on, which I'm not mad about at all. Every Transformer needs a support. And the back propellers, if you guys saw right there, it was like for a split second. Watch Evan right here. It does rotate. It does spin. And I think that's such a cool, neat little feature. But brand new mold. I love this. I'm sorry. I love this. I can't wait to get her. I need this. I need this. And I can't wait for 2026. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to see it colored. I can't wait to see it painted and just have it in the collection because I think it's going to look great. I think she's going to be great. They also did unveil Transformers 1 Alpha Trion Voyager class. So this is the second Voyager that we're getting in the Transformers 1 Studio Series line. The last one we got was Sentinel Prime, which I still got to open, by the way. It's still in the box, but that's another story for another day. We have Voyager TF1 Alpha Trion, and I like this. I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic. I practically have no complaints about this. His accessory that he comes with is his tail whip, and they didn't know what to do with that. So I'm not mad at that because, again, what are you gonna do? It's a tail whip. I wish he came with his cape though. I know DNA Upgrade Kit is gonna probably do something with that, but I'm just so happy. I also love the neat little feature, right? If you look very closely at Alpha Trion's head, one of his horns is cut off right before it reaches the top right here, which is I think that's a nice detail because in the movie it did get damaged and it wasn't fully complete. So I like how that's a little bit scraping off there. So I think that was a cool, neat little feature that they did. They also unveiled his alternate mode, which again, it looks great. I'm excited for it. I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks amazing. But these prototypes definitely caught me off guard. What? I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna talk about it. We're just not gonna talk about it. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. I can't wait for 2026. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. And is that all they unveiled, right? Or did they unveil one more thing? They did talk about if they want to release more lines for season 1 and 2 for G1 if they haven't yet, and I'm up for it. But just don't make it a whole entire wave. Like maybe put 1, maybe 2 at max, because I don't want them just to focus on G1. There's other stuff as well. Now, Let's talk about. They finally talked about the controversy of Skids and Mudflap, and I kind of just want to play it for you guys one more time.
And
so we can hear what they had to say. They also said about future combiners, Menasor, Predaking. Make Predaking, make Menasor. I'll be up for it.
So much tooling per year.
Right now, not so much.
Well, excuse me. 2 names that hopefully.
Here we go. Let's talk about what they had to say about Skids and Mudflap.
That's really resonating as well. So
here we go.
About collections.
Here we go.
2 names that come out.
The 2 that he's mentioning are Skids and Mudflap. There's been an uproar of fans saying, how come we haven't got Skids and Mudflap, but we have gotten everybody else? We got concept arts of so many other characters, but we want to complete the Revenge of the Fallen line. Why haven't we gotten Skids and Mudflap? And we've been talking about it for like 2 or 3 years so far. You know, we were like, okay, maybe they'll make it in the future, but no words, no names, no confirmation, no nothing. And they finally talk about it, and here's what they had to say.
Very often that I see pretty regularly, especially when it comes to these things, because someone called me out, was like, Nate says he's going to complete every collection, but what about
Mudflap and Skid?
Yes. Please talk us through that.
I think that's more of an eventuality. Right now, not so much. We bring it up every once in a while, and we put feelers out like with like our greater team.
Yep.
And we're trying to see like what everybody's feeling. And every once in a while, it's just like, no, not yet. I'll never say never on this, though.
Absolutely.
I think it is an eventuality. I think we will get there eventually, just not right now.
Yeah. So you said that very well, because this is different than the discussion on Megatron between Blaster and tank mode, because that is a legal thing.
Yeah.
There's no gray area there. We just can't do it.
Yeah.
These guys is more, how did you describe it earlier? You said it's like an emotional thing. So we know there's strong opinions on just make the stinking collection. And there's others people like, no. But to wrap that up, for now, there are no plans. That is not a never. Yeah. We are fully, I think the biggest thing is we're fully aware that those are 2 gaping holes in the collection. So it's hopefully a potentiality, but we'll see. Again, Evan and I probably every year kind of gauge the interest across the team.
It's not just us. It's also Xara and everybody else asking. Like, so it's an eventuality. It will happen eventually. Yeah, we hope.
Okay. That was a lot to unpack. Basically, to sum it up, they said for Skids and Mudflap, never say never, right? It's an eventuality. It'll happen eventually, but not right now. There are no plans right now. Okay.
Kind of a inch deep.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't know how to feel, because I am a little conflicted right now. Yes, I understand, right? There's a controversy behind Skids and Mudflap and their whole banter of when they did come out, that there was a lot of controversy behind them, right? Oh, wow. This is a lot harder than it looks, guys. In my opinion, I believe that I am in the strong point of I think they should just make Skids and Mudflap. I think there should be no reason why they don't make it. And let me explain why. In my opinion, okay? This is all my opinion. I think that Mohawk was so much worse than Skids and Mudflap for so many reasons. I'm not even joking with you guys. I've talked to a lot of people. I've gotten their opinions, and they've all agreed that Mohawk is significantly worse than Skids and Mudflap. And I have to agree. Every time I put on Revenge of the Fallen and I just watch the movie and Skids and Mudflap appear, I don't see what the what the issue, it's I laugh every time that they're on screen because they're supposed to be the comedic relief. They're the funny characters, right? And for me, at least, I don't know. I don't know. I just think Mohawk is worse. I think Mohawk is way worse than Skids and Mudflap. But they said that it's more of an eventually, never say never, but right now they have no plans for it. And I just want them to release it, man. I just want them to release Skids and Mudflap. I promise you, no one is gonna be upset that Skids and Mudflap are gonna be released. I can promise you that right now. I would be happy. I'll be happy that Skids and Mudflap are released because they make the mainline Skids and Mudflap and the Studio Series core class Mohawk. Yeah, that's fair, but again, they made a Mohawk. You know, that's the thing. Like whether it be a core class, deluxe class, whatever, they made a Mohawk. If they can make Mohawk, and to me, and again, my opinion, he's way worse. Make Skids and Mudflap. I think they should just make Skids and Mudflap. I'm telling you, probably a lot of people are not going to be upset about that at all. We've been wanting a Skids and Mudflap. Please, they did say it's not like the Megatron where they can't just make it into a gun, that there's no gray area, which again, that's very understandable because right now we live in times where that's a huge problem. Just make Skids and Mudflap, in my opinion.
Deep, mile wide belt. And then
I promise you he won't be dinosaurs.
Yes.
And I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Unless I'm missing something, I think that's it. Okay, that's it. Yeah. W stream overall, I think they did do a great job with this stream. I have no complaints about this stream at all, except for Skids and Mudflap. At least they talked about it. At least they talked about it. Dang, dude. Dang, dude. I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset because like hopefully we get him eventually, but man, it's fine. If they can make Mohawk, they can make Skids and Mudflap. That's all I gotta say. But it's all good. Look up the TFP Deluxe Arachnid and compare it to today. Frankie, look up the TFP Deluxe Arachnid and compare it to today. Okay. TFP Arachnid toy. Oh, that's APC. APC looks good though. That one. I need that one. I need the robot mode. Is it that one? Oh, geez. If it's that one, damn. Yeah, it's probably that one, no? Yeah, it's that one. And then we got, yeah. Yeah, so definitely better. Definitely better in my opinion. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like okay, so they have basically an I wouldn't say that they made it an excuse, right? Because it's not more of an excuse, it's more of they'll eventually do it for Skids and Mudflap, but there should be no excuse for why there's no Age of Extinction Dinobots. I'm gonna keep saying this till they finally make it. Age of Extinction Dinobots, there's no gray. It's not even an excuse. Why haven't you made them? Anyway, it's a story for another day. I'm excited for these reveals. I think they did do a great job. I'm excited for this year and next year. Definitely Megatron's an instant cop, Starscream's an instant cop, Widowmaker probably for the car mode. Alita 1 instant cop. The Constructicons definitely gonna get them. And the trains, well, the timelines, the wild west of the figures. I'll think about it. But other than that, W stream. This is how you do a stream. I that's probably it for this stream. I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot to do. I have a lot to edit. I have a lot to plan. But want to thank you guys so much for joining this stream. Thank you guys so much for taking the time off your day to come watch these reveals with me. I had a blast. This was a W stream. I loved it. I loved it. I'm so excited. But very quickly, we just hit 20K. Thank you guys so much for 20,000 subscribers. I have a lot more planned for you guys, and I don't know what to say. You guys keep shocking me. You guys keep surprising me, and I just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you again for taking the time off your day to come watch the stream with me. I kind of want to do these a lot more. Definitely let me know if I should do this a lot more often, where I should just stream whenever they do like live streams and stuff, or just whatever, well, whatever we feel like. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Promise the Creator. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. As if you guys remember, I did post a Q&A about like a week ago, I believe, a Q&A about a week ago, where I'll be joined with Maddie, and that video is coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We had so much fun. It was a blast to edit. I took a lot of time and a lot of effort to edit that video. So definitely stay tuned for that tomorrow. Gaming streams. That's not a bad idea. I should probably do that. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I upload the video. Am I going to TFCon Chicago? I'm thinking about it. It's not a yes or no. I'm thinking about it. Other than that, it's been your boy Prime the Creator. Remember to say comment, coming on. I'll make you see you guys all in the next one. Shout out to Transformer. Till all are one. Bye. I like this stream. Peace out.